This old pole barn was on that 14. I didn't really want this building, but he wouldn't sell me the land unless I paid him for that. So I retrofitted it to use it as a shop. But the slope is perfect. There's a lot of things I can do out here. This is going to be the demo farm part for fruits and vegetables, and so people can have an organic experience.
Yeah.
This is actually a spring-fed artesian creek.
Right.
This is going to be cleaned up to be a beautiful entry pond. But this is the entrance to where I'm going to build another event center house where people can come up and business meetings and so on and so forth. Now, all of this that you see here was my grandparents' land as well.
Right.
So that is available. This gentleman is Carlos Courtney. He owns a construction company. I mowed all of this, and this was pristine before I left to go to Kentucky. This is hogs.
Oh, okay.
Hogs are coming through here and going into his property.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
this is This is all hog damage that's happened.
It's all hog territory.
Okay, now you see these grapevines? These are muscadine grapes. At one time, this was more open, and there's a big drop off here into a spring-fed creek. My dad walked me and my two brothers down here, and he began to tell me about his life journey, his life history. And he gave us a mandate never to let this land out of the family, to make it a family refuge, saying when America had hard times, you had a place to come and survive. So there was a grapevine that was probably 1.5 inches diameter that he cut off at the ground, and we could pull that vine back up here to this bank and swing way out. But this is where he told us never let this land out of the family. Many times I'll come in here and there's deer in here. This is going to become a road, so I've got two entrances into the facility I'm going to build up here on the top of this hill. This is the spot I come up to meditate and pray. There's always a beautiful breeze. You've got a beautiful view.
Yeah.
And I want to build a facility up here. The land and the trees that you see back there is part of my cousin's property that he bought from our family. I can reclaim all of that, all the way to those chicken houses. Just to kind of show you how beautiful this view is, I can bring this land back into the family as well. This gentleman has got family up in Beckville and Tatum, and he will sell me all of this. So in this piece alone, which I could probably pick up for a couple of million, we could easily do a 50 to 100 acre solar farm that you wouldn't even see from the road. Now, lightning recently hit this cedar tree about 3 weeks ago. Took out this cedar tree right here that you can see.
Right.
From this area to where I'm going to build a Life Beginning, a garden event center is about 1,500 feet, and there's an 80-foot elevation change between this hill and the creek bottoms. Dan Pavich has the ability to take that weed right there, which is farmers hate, and make an organic herbicide from that in the Redeemer unit.
Right.
So my property goes all the way back to those trees. Okay, Carlos, watch it there with these limbs.
Carlos, lean back.
Okay, now you see Wallace down here. The hogs come up here and wallow in the mud, and they'll rub their bodies on these pine trees to try to rub off the parasites. So that's what this is. They'll get in the mud and they'll come up and they'll rub off. Now this goes down to a spring-fed creek.
Watch it, Carlos.
He's back there.
Better worry about yourself, man. You're not safe up there. I'm safe here.
Yeah. You better be careful.
Jump immediately when the hawks show up. I can
Yeah,
jump.
all right. Yeah.
I'm gonna run from a hawk.
Yeah.
So a lot of this will be part of the agricultural part of a demo farm. So people can come and taste the food, experience it.
Right.
I've got so many different varieties of trees in this. It's incredible.
You need to be leaning back this way, man. You leaning way up, right in the line of hard-headed motherfucker. Lean your ass back this way, please. Hard-headed, boy.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. He's hard-headed. If he lean his head back this way, he won't get smacked.
Okay, this is a watershed and a spring-fed creek. There's actually some springs that feed all of this.
We got our own Disney World back here.
Right back there is that corner that we pull that truck up to.
Okay.
Kind of give you perspective. So all of this pine over here,
Right.
all of that land is available. That's that big pine farm. And
Welcome to Harris World.
Heritage Farms.
Heritage Farm.
Okay, when you look at this on Google Earth, this is what I call my jalapeno pasture. This is the big end of the jalapeno and the stem, and it necks down and curves up here. This all slopes to a creek. All of this over here can be a 100 megawatt solar farm that you'll never see from the road.
Got it.
We can timber it, clean it up, put a 100 megawatt farm. We still got room for demo chicken houses, demo indoor grow spaces, all under our control.
Got it.
I can grow back here all day long, just as a demonstration.
Right.
This is a really beautiful spot right here. This is a high hill that is a drop off to two different creeks. And you can't really see it, but look down in there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, when this is cleaned up, this is a paradise. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I got legacy type oak trees here that were here when my grandfather was still alive. That's a creek over there. This tree went down during Rita. I was in either Australia or Saudi Arabia when it went down. Look at these two big oaks. This tree fell and hit that oak tree, and both of them went over because this became a big lever. And I came home from, I guess it was the Philippines, and this thing was down. So this is my front pasture. This is all new hog damage right here. This is hog damage, Carlos.
Yeah.
All this.
Yeah, we got 2 hogs making all this noise.
So you can see the guest house event center there between those two buildings. There's going to be 4 timber frame greenhouses here to grow fruits, vegetables, high value, so you can come here and pick what you want to eat for dinner. That would be the 20 meg or the 10 meg solar farm in that 20 acres that we can put under contract. This tree was dying with a fungus, and I've used HEX to turn this tree around. This limb here was dying. See the fungus and stuff on it?
Yeah.
It started putting on leaves. So I'd keep about a 50-foot wide perimeter and clear all the inside, timber it, clean it all up, and that could be our first 10 meg solar farm.
All right.
All this cleaned up in here after the divorce and me running and gunning. You know, you just don't have the time coming home between projects. So there's a huge oak tree right through there. You can see this one big oak right through there. That's a major corner post with all kind of hash marks. So my grandfather's fence actually, you can see his barbed wire fence still going through those trees. But the actual lines over here, they followed natural boundaries, and so this could even be a survey mistake. But my land's here, so you can see the T-post.
Right.
And that goes all the way back to that back corner I showed you guys.
Right.
So this is the creek with the bridge that we crossed.
Right.
There's 3 artesian springs that merge to form this creek.
So how much water?
Okay, I'll show you some things. The size of these grapevines. I've had grapevines in here as big as my arm. No telling how old they were. Hold on, Carlos. My son and I built all these bridges. They're modularized. We
Okay.
put them together and brought them down on a trailer and set them. Look at some of these vines.
Yeah.
I usually come through here and mow all this, so it's a trail. You usually just walk through here, but, you know, with us getting in late. Big old beautiful pine tree. Beaver damage took that sweet gum out. Hold on, Carlos. It's good.
Yeah.
When this is all cleaned up, I've got over a half mile of walking trails.
Yeah.
This is the first bridge I built right here.
We got the first hemp nature trail.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful when it's cleaned up, but I'm never here.
Shit. He's such a fool.
Okay, so this is what I call my peninsula because it's surrounded three sides by water. Right over here, there's two artesian springs, and I'm gonna take you around there and show you those. This front pasture's cut. This is beautiful, man. So this will be part of the demo farm where we're growing different things.
We're gonna make it a special veterans program for our PTSD foundation.
No problem at all.
We'll have it set up,
They can come out here
make
and
a
reconnect.
visitor. Yeah, it's a
Reconnect.
big extended vision from our Camp Hope concept.
Yep. I cleared all this out because the hogs were tearing all this up.
Yeah. They just show you online what our Camp Hope home looks like. It's the same kind of vision you have. We completed a couple of years ago.
You have to get out for me to show you this. You okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Carlos, you back there?
Yeah, so far.
Okay, Carlos, duck.
Get your head down, boy.
Now there's the peninsula right over there that we were. Let me show you something. Huh? No.
this is for all visitors. This is for a walkway nature.
When this is cleaned up in here, this is a paradise. This is where people walk through, see nature.
It's a park area, conservation.
That's an artesian spring. At one time I had all this in here cleaned up. I was going to dig this out and landscape all this and dig that out. Look, water's flowing out of the ground.
Yeah.
Now,
That's how my West Texas project looks. So it's got a lot more water down there. We can pump up. How much water do you think you could pump up if you was pumping it?
so look at this. Tell me how much is flowing, how much gallons a minute is flowing out of the ground out of that.
Yeah.
This used to be the corner of this creek, and I rerouted the creek so I could come in here and clean all this up and landscape it and capture that, and this be like a paradise spot where you can come down. I have stood in that corner of the creek and I have buried a shovel all the way up to the top in that spring. So, but you see, you got a lot of iron manganese. So this is where I'd want to use Tim and
Right. In the whole
the
process.
whole thing for the, to show them how we can clean up water.
Right.
But to have a place that you could come down and this is all landscaped and there's decks. See, I had a walking trail. When you walk right up this hill, you have a beautiful view back down into the peninsula. I mean, it's like, so there's so much potential with natural resources to demonstrate all the things that we can do where this is a full spectrum demo farm.
Right.